Today we're going to talk about how to make you irresistible to your man. You know, men are not very complicated. You have to make yourself vulnerable. And when you have a hard time making yourself vulnerable because you've been hurt by other men, it's true, it is difficult to do. But if you're really looking for that true love, that love you desire, you have to do that. Because if you don't do that, you're not only not being fair to yourself, but you're not being fair to the man you're with.
Please like and subscribe here at Dr. Lovebug so I can keep giving you informative videos. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So you can't let your past relationships interfere with who you really are. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was with a girl for 20 years and I was hurt deeply because she continued to cheat on me through them 20 years. 5 times that I know of, 2 of them were affairs, and it just hurt me deeply. And it came to a point in my life where I said, you know, I deserve better. And I need to be treated better. And breaking up after 20 years, I think it was actually almost 21 years, was the hardest thing for me to do. But I knew if I wanted a chance at a real loving relationship, someone who was honest, caring, and loving, not that she wasn't, because let me tell you, she was the sweetest girl in the world. She just broke my heart too many times. One too many times, and I forgave her, and it was always, I'm not going to do it again, but then she did it again. So, you know, I was extremely hurt, and she thinks it was easy for me to leave, but it really wasn't. And her response to me when I broke up with her and I said, you know, I don't want us to be together anymore, was, you know, I was with you because I wanted to be with you. Well, doesn't matter if you want to be with me, if you're out cheating on me, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let's get right to it. So number one, I'm going to talk about when you have a boyfriend and you want to set yourself above every other girlfriend he's ever had, every other woman that he's ever had. You know, for starters, write him love letters. You know, that makes a big difference. It makes a man feel good. It makes him feel like a man. You know, men want to feel like men, you know. And so at first you could write him a love letter, like how much you love him and you appreciate him. Now, again, you're not kissing his butt. You're showing your gratitude of how much you love him. There's a big difference there. And love letter number 2, maybe don't even write a love letter. Just tell him how thankful you are that he loves you, right? And number 3, you know, my wife wrote me a letter just the other day, and I can't tell you how happy I was when I read that letter. It's just a simple little letter. I mean, it couldn't have took more than 20 seconds to write. And it was a simple letter, and she said, I was thinking about you all day, and it made my heart pitter-patter like the first time we kissed. That's all it said. But wow, how sweet is that? I mean, when I saw that, I mean, it put chills in my body because this is so sweet, so loving, so caring. It's the simple things that you can do that can make a huge difference in your relationship, and that's just one thing. And number 2, let's say that you have a boyfriend who is into sports, or he plays sports, or he's into a job, or he has his own business, you know, and he comes home from a day's work, and you guys have a little time and you're chit-chatting, and, you know, ask him about his day, ask him about his work, make him feel you're really interested. And then, you know, once he talks about his work and or his business or whatever the case may be, and he says, you know, I really had, you know, this, and I did this, and I did that, you know, compliment him. Oh, wow, you're really smart. Or, wow, that, you know, you really think good, you know, something in that line, okay? Because, look, Men have egos, and if you feed their ego, you're going to make them happy that they're with you. Ask him what his needs are and how you can fulfill his needs. Everybody has needs or wants, and it may be something simple as, can you make me breakfast in the morning? Or can you make my lunch for me? You know, the more you can fill his needs, the happier he's going to be. And the more he can't resist you. And these are things that are going to make him love you, because he's going to be like, wow, she understands. She knows. And that's going to set you apart from any other girl he's dated. Number 3. So, we're going to talk about sex for a minute, okay? Obviously, men love sex, but women love sex too. And sometimes you have to go up and above. Men generally like to be in charge. But if a man comes home from work, you rush to the door and you grab his hand and you take him to the bedroom and you do a number on him. And he's going to be like, wow, this is great, okay? So make yourself available to do all kinds of things during sex. You know, I don't care if he's not even a kinky person. If you take him in the bedroom and you handcuff him to the bed and you do a number on him, I guarantee you when he's done, he's going to be like, wow, what great woman is this? Okay? So everybody loves sex. Everybody has sex, especially if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you're of age, okay? So the more you can sexually gratify him, the more he will sexually gratify you. Just like the more respectful you are to him, the more respectful he will be to you. You want to make him feel excited about your future. You want him to feel excited, like just as excited as you are about your future. About if you want kids, how many kids do you want? You know, and, you know, to let him know that, you know, he's a great father if he has kids already. Or he's a great man. Or he takes the time to listen. Let him know how much you appreciate that. Let him know continuously how much you appreciate him. Men love that. It feeds their ego. And it separates you from every other woman he's dated, once again. And also, if he comes home from a hard day's work, and you could just see on his face he's tired, make him feel relaxed and loved immediately. Hey, honey, have a seat. I see you're tired. I'll bring dinner to you. Would you like anything? The way you talk to him should always be sweet. Matter of fact, the way you talk to everyone should always be nice, okay? But the way you talk to him should always be sweet. It will show him that you treat him different than you treat everyone else. But if you can't be nice to everybody, he's going to be thinking that you're not going to be nice to him, okay? If you can't go to the grocery store without blowing up at the cashier because they're not accepting your coupons, okay, then it's probably not a good sign that you're going to be good to him forever, okay? It's just eventually you're going to blow up on him for some little minor thing. Okay, and it's something you don't want to do. If you get into a disagreement, and it happens, everybody's different, everybody's unique, and you get into a disagreement, and you explain your side, and he still doesn't understand, it's best just to say, hey, we agree to disagree, but I have no hard feelings because I love you, you know. But that's what makes you unique, and that's what's going to set you apart from everybody else. You're not going to hold a grudge, you know. How many times people get into a disagreement that they hold a grudge about that disagreement? It's a lot. If you really love him, you would have set yourself apart from everybody else. If you see him do something that you don't like, or he says something that you don't like, don't even bring it up right away. Because if you do, you will tend to be upset about it, and you will tend to say things that's probably not the best way to handle the situation. And it could very easily lead into an argument. Arguing is something you never want to do. Because when you argue, you say things to hurt each other. And the more you hurt each other, then eventually you start to lose respect for each other. The happiest elderly couples in the world is because they don't argue. Okay? They do their best to always provide and be loving to their spouse. They don't argue. Okay? And they refuse to argue, a matter of fact. And so if they do something you don't like, you bring it up a couple of days later. You say, baby, you know I love you, but, this really hurt me when you said this, because this is the reason why. And again, if you can't agree on that, just agree to disagree. A good possibility he's never going to do it again, because he knows it hurts you. And he's not going to want to hurt you, because he's going to see how loving you are. And he's going to want to be that loving person right back. Well, a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of men don't want to admit that they got a little feminine side to them, but most of them do. They like to be loving and caring, because men have feelings too. In spite this tough macho attitude that they got, they have feelings too, and they get hurt too. So, with that said, just try your best never to argue. If you get into a disagreement, arguing, you say things that are horrible to each other. Because at that moment, you're so mad, you don't care. And it's only going to lead into an unhealthy relationship. You want a healthy relationship. And the more healthy you can make that relationship, the happier you're going to be, especially when you get older. There's two types of couples when they get older. There's the one type that fight and argue all the time. And yeah, they may love each other, but they're not in love with each other. That's been gone years and years ago. And it's because they hurt each other all throughout their relationship. And so that's something you don't want, because they tend to sleep in different rooms. Their love life tends to dissipate. And like I said, they just kind of tolerate each other. They're not really in love with each other anymore. Yes, they love them because they've been with them for years, but it's a total different kind of love. And if you're totally good and you respect each other all the time, then when you get elderly, you still have a love life. You're still deeply in love with each other, and you're still sleeping in the same room. Although he might be snoring, but you're still sleeping in the same room because you love each other deeply, because you haven't hurt each other. And that means you don't cheat on each other. Honesty goes a long, long way. If you can't be honest with your spouse, that's saying you don't respect them. Okay?
Thank you for watching my videos here at Dr. Love Bug. And please check out more of my videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Have a wonderful day.